I'm gonna turn it. Sorry if you guys can hear the fan. It is hot as hell in here. Oh man, I found every picture but 2 of them. Ugh. Ew. They made her a black character in the next game. She's a white character in the other 2 games. But who's he staking? Wait, I got them all? Damn, I got them all. So I found all of them, but 2 pictures. So I really don't have to work super hard to find all the... I mean, I'll find all the evidence so you guys can read them all. Like whenever I'm reading them. But if I don't find one, at least I don't have to be like, oh god, I missed one. And freak out. And if I kill somebody, I kill somebody. That's my way of this game now, because I've played it and everybody's lived in every single Dark Picture game, so it's not like I haven't got that trophy. Ew. Wait, I wasn't done. You bitch. Oh, that's it. Alright, it might cut my broadcast off because if I go, when I look at special features, so if it does, I'll be right back afterwards, because the other games it cuts it off. Maybe it's not. Nope.
When the queen bitch finds out about this, she's gonna flip her shit.
Rachel and I, we know each other.
Sir?
The queen bitch you're referring to is his wife. Nice work, Hotshot.
Ashley Tisdale, welcome. Now, Ashley plays Rachel in Supermassive Games' Dark Pictures Anthology's House of Ashes. All right, Ashley, what can you tell me about your character?
My character, Rachel, is a CIA operative, and it is taken place in 2003 in the Gulf War, and she is on a mission to find chemical weapons, so she's pretty badass.
Wow. This is your first time doing a video game.
This is my first time, yeah.
Wow. So how does that process compare to maybe the stuff that you've done, on camera before?
I think that it's just very obviously a different approach to it. I do a lot of voiceover for animation series, so I would say it's more in line with that because you're in a studio all day and it's like you and the script and then also like some of the other characters, but it's just like kind of going through it really fast versus, one scene on a TV show or a movie could take like an hour to 2 hours. So you're constantly going through it. It's a really long process, but it's cool. It's different. You're wearing like heavy machinery on your head and it's like getting all of your facial expressions. So it's pretty crazy.
You can just be like completely like
She
so
got
muscular with
chubby.
on. Your neck will be.
My neck is super strong.
Yeah, the strongest neck ever now.
Yeah.
And how do you prepare for something like that? Then I feel like as the script, it's not maybe necessarily you're preparing for particular scenes. Everything is so varied. Like, how do you really kind of get ready for it?
I pretty much, obviously read the script beforehand, but I don't spend a lot of time on it like I would another script like, either with a movie or a TV, because it's the same thing of how I approach animations, is that I know when I'm here, I'm going to be with the director and they're going to have me do it like multiple different ways, because there is multiple different directions the character can go. So if I were to fully prepare, I would maybe like put myself in this like, well, it's got to be this way, and I want to feel free to like be able to have them say, do it more sympathetic and do it more angry. And so I kind of don't fully prepare. I just know who the character is, and as long as I know the intention of what I'm saying, then I'm good.
What is it?
The guy who served me, I don't know. He was looking at me pretty strange.
Probably doesn't get to see a woman like you around these parts very often. Especially one that's showered.
With any series or film, there's just that one linear path for your character.
Yeah.
And with this, you have the option of
There's
living out
many
the
different arcs.
multiple. Yeah, how do you kind of keep it all straight, or keep a continuity with your character through all that?
Honestly, I don't even remember half of it. I think it's just obviously relying on the director, and the guys at Supermassive, they're just really great at knowing where we are in the storyline, and so it's just heavily trusting them. And then, just kind of knowing, that it's just going to go. I can't, there's just so many different areas that it can go. And I could
It's
die
in my
one of the
leg,
things,
guys.
and I could become a
Itchy.
vampire. I can, live. It's just, it's so crazy how opposite.
It's got to be interesting too to think that someone's going to play you in a game, and then maybe you'll die or you'll live or you'll the people will be in control of your future.
I know. I think it's gonna be really crazy just seeing my face on the character. That's gonna be so wild. It's so crazy how far video games have come. It's so much more cinematic and like the movies.
She looks just like my cousin Eva.
It's beautiful to watch, but
Grandma, come here!
Now, I guess we have a couple rapid fire questions that I'd like to hit you with as well. Okay, ready for this? Okay, so bitten by a vampire or buried alive?
Oof. Yeah, bitten by a vampire.
Oh, really?
Well, then you get to live forever, so,
That is true. Okay, I never thought of that element of it. Things that you've shot so far, do you have a favorite scene?
I think my favorite scene would have to be probably early on between Rachel and her husband. It's a flashback, and it's them in the car, and it's a moment in time that kind of changes everything. And what I love about it is that it really shows who Rachel was and how it changed her to become who she is today. There's just so much happening in the game that it's just a moment where it's just really kind of stripped down and one-on-one, and I think it's a really beautiful scene.
What is it?
The guy who served me, I don't know, he was looking at me pretty strange.
My sole objective, Rach, is to make you happy. Doesn't matter where we are or what we're going through, I'll always put a smile on your face. See? I told you.
So how do you get into that? Because I feel like, sometimes it's such a sudden change from one scene to the next. So how do you kind of really get into that moment so quickly?
I think how we've done it is that we would start off with the earlier stuff.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you're building to the bigger pieces. And usually the end of the day, we'll have the biggest stuff, whether that's us screaming and fighting, because it obviously drains us and our vocals. So, they know to kind of have us do the whole action stuff at the very end of the day.
They're breaking through the perimeter.
You got any bright ideas? Now's the time.
Really odd of being okay, now we're going to be sweet, and now we're going to be screaming.
It's
and
hard
then
to
you're
go
gonna be dying,
backwards,
And then you're going to be back alive again, and this is a touching moment, and you're going to die. Yeah, and the first time it's going to be a strange experience, kind of going off on your own and acting out that kind of separate.
Yeah, it's definitely a very interesting process to watch, and it's different from anything I've ever done.
Has it been hard to navigate doorways with the camera on? Do you find
Oh, no, I take them off right away.
Okay.
Anytime I can get a break, because it is a heavy thing, and so it's just most of the time I'm sitting on the couch with it, holding the helmet up, because it's it's like a weight on your head, so it's pretty crazy.
It's expensive equipment. You don't want to banging on a door frame.
No.
Well, now that they've got you in the game, they can put you in anything.
I know. I'm so excited because I've never been able to play something like this.
What?
Okay, well, that's good. Cool.
Thank you.
I don't know. It's 'cause you followed me. It's 'cause you followed me. Never mind. Cause you followed me!
The creature has powerful claws and fangs formed from hardened and identifiable tissue.
You need to check out this character. It looks like
incisors.
Eva.
They're grossly malformed and discolored. Blood is like nothing I've seen.
We always like to base our stories in some sort of real-world truth, a piece of...
September the 24th, 1945. When Lady Bradshaw summons you, you go. Mary and I
Grandma,
were bound
come
for
here!
but the chance to dine with one of Britain's finest antiquarians was too great for us to miss. When we met, Bradshaw wore a brooch that caught Mary's eye. A Sumerian relic recovered from a dig site in the Hashemite kingdom of Iraq. After dinner, she showed us another find from the same site, a gold cuneiform tablet. She called it the final puzzle piece in her life's work, a map that pinpoints the tomb of Alexander the Great. If she's right, the tomb lies somewhere on the border of Iraq. Lady Bradshaw wants us to lead her expedition. I realize now that our honeymoon will take place in a dusty dig site in the Zagros Mountains. April the 2nd, 1946. We have assembled our team. Top of my list was my old comrade from the wars, Captain Sherman Crow, the bulldog of Omaha Beach. We found him in Cairo, brawling for money in a Levantine drinking club. Crow recommended an experienced dig foreman, Arthur Pullman. In Haifa, we picked up my assistant, the always inquisitive Aline Jean. Lady Bradshaw insisted on the presence of her own advisor, Ellis van Hoyten, an archaeologist I know only from his poor reputation. Our team complete, we shall head to the Lebanon, and from there by train to Baghdad. October the 21st, 1946. Crow was the first to break into the tomb, an honor he shared with Bessie, that damned machine gun of his. It was a beast of a weapon, but it seemed to comfort the fellaheen doing the digging. This place has lain undisturbed for centuries. It is not the tomb of Alexander the Great, but a temple of an even older god king, the Akkadian despot, Naram Sin. We have been mistaken, but Lady Bradshaw still declares it a find for the ages. A discovery that will write our names in the annals of history. Looking out at this sceptred hall, I have no reason to doubt her. The catacombs beneath the temple are heaped with human bones. Aline has worked sacrificial digs near El Castillo, but even she hasn't seen death on this scale before. The Akkadians killed thousands in the name of their gods. Most ritually decapitated, but others crudely slain and dumped in charnel pits, as though the slaughter had spiraled out of control. What plague or cataclysm demanded such a price? So much blood spilled. And for what? Whatever happened here millennia ago, it is a secret waiting to be discovered. Our work begins in earnest. 7th of December, 1946. Our finds have been so spectacular, I couldn't resist breaking out with champagne. As I entered the survey tent to pour a glass for Mary, I realized something was awry. She'd found Bradshaw's crate of dynamite. I tried to calm her, but she worked up a full head of steam, sounding off about the risks of using explosives at a dig site. She was right, of course. I feel terrible for hiding it from her. Just then, Crow arrived and picked up the dynamite. When Mary ordered him to put it down, he looked her boldly in the eye and said they'd found something below. The bottom of the chasm stank of death and was littered with corpses, fresh enough to be covered in flies. Crow thinks that local bandits must have tossed their victims down here after robbing them. I pity those hapless wanderers. The fear they must have felt as they tumbled to their doom. But this was not what he wanted to show us. An unearthly light pierced the rocks. When Mary asked us what it was, Bradshaw nodded to Crow, who broke open the dynamite. She said she intended to find out. Blowing a hole through the rock face, we found a gateway to a strange world below. A phosphorescence emanated from beneath, casting its eldritch light over us all. Lady Bradshaw was insistent that we descend further. Perhaps Mary is right, and Bradshaw is becoming reckless and uncontrollable. But I can't stop thinking about what's down there. I am now working with Crow and Pullman to set up a winch and elevator to descend into the shaft. What mysteries lie below, I wonder, undisturbed by the world above. "13th of December. Crow, Bradshaw, and I descended in the elevator. As we left, I was struck by the change in Bradshaw's temperament. She seemed eager, almost manic in the face of our new discovery. When we reached the bottom, Crow could not prevent himself from letting loose an oath. There before us, set in a dizzying vault, lay a city. It was loathsome, colossal, and sleeping. A great carcass built in some ancient age before men. Overcome with awe, I fell to my knees. "28th of December. God forgive us. For days we have studied this dead, silent realm and its entombed abominations. Now the horrors have come for my own dear Mary. Crow found her unconscious in the Star Chamber, her notes scattered around her. He carried her back to our supply room and laid her down in one of the cells. When Bradshaw learned what had happened, she was evasive about Mary's work down there. As I cleaned my wife's face, she spoke to me in a fever, sounding distressed and confused. I have resolved to keep a vigil over her. I pray her fever abates so we can escape this cursed place. "29th of December. Pullman says the radio has been sabotaged. An expert job, with vital wires severed. Someone wants to cut us off from the outside world. Eileen fought in the Resistance, but while she is undoubtedly capable, I refuse to accept she's responsible. Personally, I still harbor doubts about Van Hoyten, although without proof, everyone remains a suspect. All I can do now is place sentries on the expedition's equipment. 30th of December. Mary's condition worsens. This evening, I awoke from an exhausted daze to find Lady Bradshaw asking my wife more of her damned questions. Mary was babbling something about winged demons. At this, Bradshaw's eyes lit up and she asked whether Mary could sense them now. Gripped by delirium, my wife lashed out, clawing at Bradshaw's chest. Lady Bradshaw withdrew, and I was, after a while, able to calm my wife. "31st of December. Mary is dead. I sat with her in her final moments, telling her how sorry I was. Sorry for accepting Bradshaw's offer, for ever coming to this hell-forsaken place, for placing my vanity above her love. When Mary spoke about the end of everything, I knew she sensed death coming. With her last words, she made me swear to bury this place. At 9 p.m., something unholy has happened. As I sat with my wife, I noticed something in her hand. Lady Bradshaw's brooch. She must have pulled it from her shirt when she grabbed at her. Turning it over, I noticed that it looked like one of the creatures we'd exhumed from the cocoons. Were these the demons Mary had spoken about? Had Bradshaw known all along what we'd find down here? Then Mary's corpse moved. It was not my wife. It was something inhuman. It leapt at me, and only the bars of the cell spared me from its fury. The camp is in uproar. Workers are missing, and Lady Bradshaw has returned to the city deep below. No one knows why, but I can guess. She yearns for the same fate that befell Mary. She wants to be one of them. First of January, 1947, 1 a.m. The saboteur has struck again, sealing us in here. We are hopelessly trapped with those things. All around us, they shriek from the darkness. Crow has set up his machine gun, pointed towards the catacombs. Mary was right. We cannot fight that which does not live. There is only one option now. Bring the whole damn temple down on them. Even if it means bringing it down on our own heads. They cannot be allowed out of here. When this temple falls, my wife and I will be buried together, side by side. I owe her that, at least. The portrait that I carry in my watch case is the Mary that I remember, not that thing in the cell. This was all Lady Bradshaw's doing. She knew all along what was down here. She led us to them. I found her below, hunched over the murdered corpse of Van Hoyten. As she turned to face me, I saw that she had changed. My hand fell to the closest weapon I could find, an iron tent peg. I stabbed her with the metal, impaling her in the heart. She died. Unholy screams echoed from deep below, as if answering the sudden release of blood. They are coming. We must end it here, with fire and gunsmoke. If there is time, my last act will be to dictate the Starion to tape. Perhaps, if it is found in the rubble, it can serve as a warning to any follow us. The bones of this temple are drenched in blood. We have set foot on an uncharted shore and roused something ancient and wicked. A blasphemy that comes in indescribable shapes and forms. For eons we lived as children in this world, unaware of the horrors that slumber beneath our feet. Now we have blindly thrown open the gates to madness. I fear being taken, but I must do what I must. We must seal this place for eternity, for all mankind. Mary, I'm sorry.
When did this game have a difficulty level? Oh, I can do Creator's Cut. We're gonna do Theatrical Cut first, though, and I'm gonna do challenging because that makes no sense. Why would they?
No! I don't want to die!
Silence! Your words are meaningless here. Your blood will pay the debt our king demands. Your sacrifice will lift his curse from our land.
General Barato, forgive me, my lord. The king demands your urgent presence.
The gods smile on you. For now. Take this one back to his cell. I'll deal with him later.
You're in luck, Gutian.
Luck? No. No luck for these dogs.
General, we should leave this place. The king, his madness threatens to swallow us all. This temple is cursed.
I'd rather die in this cursed house than perish to the plague and famine out there. We have our orders, Captain.
The moon god sent you to destroy my kingdom. I know it, girl. I see everything.
People says the king is played by the person that plays Bliss.
Payment enough for my mistakes. Do the gods not bask in its glory? The Gutians are coming, General. The moon god sends an army to destroy us.
I shall muster our forces immediately.
Good. And what news from below?
There are hundreds of prisoners, my king. Their sacrifice will take time.
Time is no longer in our hands. No matter. The blood of this army will nourish the sands. The sacrifice will be fulfilled. Starting with this one. Tell me, General, does she remind you of anyone?
My king?
Do you not see a hint of your own daughter in her? What age would she have been now?
18.
18.
That's what they say. The king is played by Bliss.
Plague has been.
This character.
Kill her.
My king, would it not be wise to keep the girl alive? She's an enemy scout. We could learn the Gutians' plans.
No. Every drop of blood brings us closer to salvation. She must die.
gods give me strength. Done to unleash such force?
We've been cursed. Our king has cursed us all. We thought you were the demons. We were wrong. My king sacked the temple at Nippur. He builds this temple to call for forgiveness. But the gods don't listen.
And now he too is silent.
Even my daughter's death couldn't wake me to the truth. Follow the fool into the abyss.
Don't let his ruin become ours. This is your temple. What can we do?
There is a way out through the catacombs.
You think I should trust you?
You have no choice. Help me with this. Follow me. There is a way out through the tomb.
Tomb?
Yes.
PS4 has color, we have gray.
Come.
Yeah, PS4 has colored, we have gray out, which is retarded, but... Fuck.
An Akkadian? Scared of a rodent? I have seen it all now.
All this death for nothing. They died in vain for a mad king. cursed by our own actions.
Why did your king raid the temple?
Same story that history has taught us. For gold, for glory.
For greed.
Here, help me with this.
You first.
We're safe down here.
You first.
What is this that adorns you?
The history of Gutian. You Akkadians fought hard to destroy our people. But mark my words, our story has just begun. How do we get out of here alive?
The enemy of...
is a friend.
We help each other.
There is always hope. What was that? How many ways into this tomb?
We're not alone down here. Over here.
Akkadian!
There's no escape. Our only hope is to stand together.
No! If we both run,
then we both die. Ready your sword!
You can skip this? Interesting. More options in this game than there's the other ones. Oh, death.
Won't you spare me over till another year?
teeter on the edge of an abyss. Your survival depends on the choices you make. They will be as a compass, guiding you through the unknown. Will you find the path to salvation, or be lost in the darkness forever? Let me speak plainly. You're about to make some difficult decisions. Decisions that will affect the lives of others. How those decisions play out will become clear over time. It's good to see you again. You're probably keen to get started. Let us not dally any longer. As you are aware,
Give me like a minute, guys. I gotta see something.
I am the curator, the custodian of tales. My purpose is to keep a record of everything you do, every decision or mistake you make. This is my repository. It is filled with untold stories. Stories about friends and enemies, loyalty and betrayal, life and death. Understand that I am not here to help you. Although I have been known to bend the rules from time to time. To descend into the unknown alone is extremely brave. Or extremely foolish. Perhaps there is more to you than meets the eye. Let me give you a few words of advice. Throughout the story, you will encounter certain pictures. Pictures which allude to possible outcomes. I suggest you pay attention to their meaning. It could foreshadow a future best avoided. But alas, the sands of time have run out for us. We'll meet again soon to see how you fare. Or fail.
My favorite. I don't even care. Jason. I've loved him since the first game came out. I love the guy who plays. There's Eric.
Not particularly. Welcome to Camp Slayer.
I've always
Apologies for...
I've always loved the guy who plays Jason. Let's see what we got. Eric. Insecure, overbearing. I saw that overbearing. I'm behind you. Don't try to hide it. Loyal, hopeful, rational, and considerate. I think those are the things that are growing.
Things are moving.
I think overbearing and considerate are the ones that are growing. Right now he's insecure, rational, hopeful, and loyal.
I hear you, Colonel. Glad to have you on board. Techs are ready
Now,
for your presentation.
her character,
As soon as
I've
we
never
get
liked.
word from the
That
CO,
girl.
we're good to go.
That's why I hated her
read
being
this.
one of the main ones in the last one. I never liked her. They make her black. She's black in the next
And you
one.
hear? There's a new king in the castle.
Looks that way. You are?
It's kind of cool having insecure, rational, could see. Not overbearing and hopeful disappeared. Insecure, rational, considerate, and loyal.
Assistant Clarice Stokes.
Dr. Clarice Stokes.
Kolchak. First Lieutenant Kolchak.
Wow. The briefing room?
These two of them. There's Nick. He plays, what's his name, in Man of Meridian. Man of Medan, whatever.
What's up, Marine? Can't you keep up?
Commanding Everett.
This could be our last time together, Rachel. After what happened at the checkpoint.
It's just funny how these actors
Thought it was
just
done.
play characters on all the games.
These last few weeks, you've lifted me up. I don't know where I'd be without you.
Rachel King?
Colonel King has arrived on base, ma'am. He's en route to the briefing room.
I'll be there in 5. Fuck, it's him. He's early.
Your husband, you mean? Don't you think it's about time you came clean?
Put your clothes back on. Straighten up.
Hey, Rachel, are you gonna tell him about us or what? You and Eric have been apart for a year. Whatever you had, it's gotta be over.
Maybe I just felt... right time.
That's bullshit. There's never a right time.
Wait, what was it?
Soon, Nick. I promise. Soon.
I'll see you at the briefing.
Shit.
She has got the shut.
You'll have to excuse the noise and disorder. We're just getting the base set up. Blows my mind. Only a few weeks ago, Saddam was living it up in here. Chowing down on candy bars while some poor bastard clipped his toenails.
Nice image.
If only you could see the state of this place now. Makes me smile. We got the CIA, we got the Army, the Marines, the Air Force. Hey, invited. Everyone wants a piece of history. God bless America. I see you, old man. Keep busting out those reps.
You come join me. Maybe I'll teach you a thing or two.
Later, we have company.
Yeah, we miss here would like to watch me get my sweat on, huh? You wanna spot me, little lady?
Can see you just fine from here, thanks.
Ignore Corporal Merwin. He lacks social skills.
I guess every unit has its resident jackass.
Sergeant K. This is Lieutenant Colonel Kane. Just taking him down to the briefing room.
Yeah, gotta go get prepped.
I'll see you in there, Marine. So, what's his malfunction?
Nick ain't been himself lately. We got caught up in a shooting a few weeks back. Civilian ate a bullet. Nick took it hard.
Is he combat ready?
He's a big boy, sir. He's ready. Damn, Joey, they got you sitting behind a desk? You want me to make a call?
Nah, I'm all good.
The guy who plays Daniel.
To catch so many bullets, you know?
I like him too.
So this must be the one and only satellite guy.
The one and only satellite guy. I'm Eric King. Lieutenant Colonel Eric King.
Give the Colonel full site access.
Sir.
I'm telling you, when the Queen bitch finds out about this, she's gonna flip her shit.
The Queen bitch you're referring to is his wife. Nice work, Hotshot.
I just want to see what happens if you say nothing there.
Sir, I'm so sorry. Rachel never said she was married.
We've been working apart this last year. So, she's the Queen bitch now. She's gone up in the world.
If it helps, we like to think of it as a term of endearment.
I gotta go check something. I'll be right back, guys. There it is. Let's see if I put my mic on this side, maybe I won't hear the band as bad.
Brett, let's get you set up.
I hope the bandwidth can cope with the data.
I'll leave the techie stuff to you.
And I'll leave the heavy lifting to you.
We got a deal, lady.
What is this place, anyway? Looks like an old ballroom.
Well, that's exactly what it is. I guess Saddam liked to get down on the dance floor.
I think if his dance partner stepped on his foot, it'd be an instant off with her head.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Maybe when we're done, I'll let you spin me around a little.
As long as you don't step on my foot.
I wasn't done looking around, but okay.
Colonel King.
Mrs. King.
Eric, this is my team. And if you want to brief them, you clear it with me first.
I should have warned you I was moving. Forward. That's on me. But things escalated, I had to move fast.
I have a duty to my team to stay ahead of the curve.
I understand, Rachel, but CENTCOM has given their orders.
Orders?
I'm now commanding officer. I didn't mean for you to find out like this. Truly. I'm sorry, Rach.
Somehow I doubt that very much.
This is from SOC Central. It confirms that Lieutenant Colonel King has assumed control of this operation.
I'm gonna need access to your network.
I'll patch you through. Name?
Dr. Stokes. You can call me Clarice.
Dr. Stokes, please prepare the presentation.
You found something?
Fuck is that? Modern art or something?
This is footage from the highly classified Kalis program.
That's supposed to mean something to me.
It's a thermal satellite system that I personally pioneered.
Oh, I'm impressed. Please, pioneer away.
You behave like this in all your briefings, Corporal?
Boys are just eager to catch a break, sir. No harm meant.
Very well. Satellite sweeps of the war zone have uncovered what appears to be an underground storage facility. This will, of course, require further investigation, but I strongly suspect it's where Saddam's chemical weapons are hidden.
We got you, you son of a bitch.
CENTCOM has given the green light to raid the facility and seize any weapons on site. Hostilities may be over, but there are holdout groups of Republican Guard all over the country. They could deploy those weapons at any time, so we need to move fast. The Army is giving us a ride out there in their helos. On arrival, Lieutenant Kolchak will lead the raid on the facility. Once it's secured, we'll carry out a full weapons inspection. Now listen up. There's been a change of leadership, but Rachel's operational expertise and local knowledge is just as valuable as ever. She'll be flying with us, and I want you all to show her the same respect. Any questions?
What the fuck we waiting for? I'm ready.
That's tribal territory out there, Colonel. Make no mistake. Those people are feral. I take it we're getting their support?
Nah. Too many birds could bring them down on us. We move fast in, fast out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what your mama said to me.
Hey, careful, boy. If I didn't pull out so fast, could have been your papi.
All right, that's enough, Merwin. Sir, what's your call?
I'll put it for air support to be on standby.
Our birds can fly low under the radar. The site is in the Zagros Mountains, so we'll have plenty of ground cover.
We go dark until weapons are secured. If we don't break radio silence within 24 hours, CENTCOM will mount a rescue operation.
A lot of shit can go down in 24 hours.
I'll quit being a bitch.
I'm just saying, that's all.
This is why we went to war. This is what gets us out of bed every morning. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we stop Saddam from using these weapons. Be ready in 1 hour. Dismissed. Clarice, help me set up the equipment.
I'm on it.
I don't know, man. This don't feel right. I'm getting this tingle down the back of my neck.
Oh, sweetie. Look, good rub down will sort that right out, huh?
I'm serious. I got a real bad feeling about this.
That's what you get from spending too much time with Eric.
Is there anything you can do?
I'm gonna download the latest satellite data.
You can have some alone time with him.
Thank you, Clarice. Eric, we need to talk. There's something I have to tell you.
You should know, it wasn't my decision to take over your operation. It's been a long time since we last saw each other.
Eric.
Please, let me finish. Not a day went by when you weren't on my mind. When I didn't want you by my side. I've missed you so much, Rach.
This isn't about us, Eric.
I just want things to go back to the way they were.
How we left it, things weren't so great between us.
We've been through worse. A lot worse.
Nothing has changed, Eric. You know that. You and I, there is no you and I. It's over.
Please, Rach. Don't say that. You're not wearing your wedding ring. Hey, be careful with that.
Oh, shit, sorry. What you got in that box of tricks anyway? The fuck is that?
Ultraviolet light. We use it to sweep for explosives.
Let me have a go.
No. How much longer for that download, Clarice? I need it ASAP.
Is 5 minutes ASAP enough for you? Downloading data now.
Good. I'll check the satellite maps.
Not the greatest bandwidth.
We work with what we have.
Can you sign this 1348?
Huh?
Equipment release form. Can you?
Oh, sure.
Check all equipment, then check it again.
Yeah, I hear you.
Is this what I think it is?
WP, sir.
White phosphorus?
It's just for popping smoke, that's all.
These are only cover. Understood?
Understood.
After all, Saddam is the one who's breaking weapons conventions, not us.
What the hell do we need this crap for? We need to be mobile.
We need to be prepared. The facility is underground, possibly under construction. It's safer this way.
You want me to feel safe? You give me some more shooters.
So, you're my technician. I've heard about you.
I should fucking hope so. I'm here to keep our gear in check. And if any Iraqis pop their heads up, I'll take them clean fucking off.
You seem pretty confident, Corporal. If you need any assistance with the climbing gear, I'm here to help.
Sure I'll manage, Colonel. Climbing gear. Fucking pencil pusher.
Think we'll bag Chemical Ali at this facility?
If he's in the vicinity, we'll get him.
That almost makes it worth the risk.
Almost.
Well, you know, I'd still rather be sitting behind a desk. If shit hits the fan, at least we can rely on air support to dig us out.
I'm sure it won't come down to that.
You seem confident.
You seem surprised.
I hate when they give us a time limit because I want to walk around everywhere. I like to get every corner and cranny. So wait, what is that one? So, which one's the one that... Which one's the one where it says Eric's? I don't know. I read so fast. Was it done?
Download's complete.
Let's get to the helos.
I don't want to. What? I think Alex had a tattoo also in Man of something.
Tell by that look on your face.
Met him with Dan.
What do you think of him? I take it you're talking about the skipper? He's a nice guy. Around here, nice don't cut it. What do you think of Ben?
Like he's got something else on his mind.
I think the guy who played the dad in the last game is with him. I don't remember him played in any of the games.
زين أنا جيت.
That actor.
زين كويس كويس أوي. أعرف. زين ولسه ما كبرش من الخرافات دي.
No, thank you.
ربي يا زين تاني يا أهبل.
الو انا سليم. سليم جاركم ابو زين.
طبعا. رجعت؟
ايوه رجعت. هو زين مع هو زين مع ابنك؟
طارق.
ايوه طارق، هما مع بعض.
راحوا ياخدوا الاتوبيس بقالهم ساعة. كله بخير؟
لا كله مش كويس. لقيت الحاجات اللي سرقها وخباها طارق وزين.
يا رب مش ده كمان، قلت له 100 مرة.
زين قال لي انه بطل الحاجات دي ووعدني.
انت البوليس؟
ايه؟ لا مش عايزين الصيع دول معانا. انا هتعامل معاه في معرفتي. انت بس قولي لي هم فين.
انا مش عارفة.
أول ما يدخلوا من الباب تقولي لزين أبوك عارف أنت عملت إيه. قولي له أبوك غضبان منك.
لا 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 يا ديني، مش دلوقتي. كابتن بصري اهلا.
Yeah, that's him.
لازم نتحرك على طول.
انت بتقول ايه سعادتك؟
العدو جاي يا سليم. العدو جاي علينا دلوقتي.
العدو؟ ايه يا فندم، الحرب خلصت خلاص وخسرنا.
لا ده كلام فارغ، محدش اتسلم. العدو جاي ودي ارضنا واحنا لازم نتعرب ليها.
شايفينهم؟ مطلوب تأكيد.
يلا شوف جايين علينا. بقول لك احنا محتاجين كل راجل في مكانه لحسن طيارتهم توصل عندنا.
ما اقدرش اعمل ده. ابني محتاجني.
ده امر يا جندي مش طلب. ده واجب عليك.
فهمت. هرجع البيت قريب. خلاص يا دار. دي اخر مهمة.
I'll eat some pizza.
You don't want any cake?
Not yet. Guys, I'm gonna take a break here, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. If I can stop my broadcast.